Gartner defines a cloud-native application protection platform, known as CNAPP, as a platform with an integrated set of security and compliance capabilities designed to help secure and protect cloud-native applications across development and production. To explain this in simpler terms, CNAPP is the culmination of a lot of technology shifts in the market for the past 12 years. Until recently, cloud security was largely powered by agent-based solutions on each workload. The challenge with agents is that they need to be deployed on every asset. It is a tremendous operational burden and simply not feasible to install agents on every workload, which results in serious blind spots. Newer CSPM solutions do not require agents, but only provide visibility into cloud misconfigurations without any insight into workloads. The biggest value that a CNAPP brings is the ability to view risks holistically in a single unified data model instead of just a series of unrelated alerts. This will, if done correctly, offer a highly contextual view of all the different risks of the cloud environment and prioritize them, allowing security organizations to immediately understand and remediate their most critical issues.
Orca Security has always had a focus on instant-on and continuous cloud compliance at both the workload and cloud configuration levels, but we've recently expanded our support with many more compliance standards, including cloud platform, workload, and even application-specific CIS standards, NIST 853 and CSF, FedRAMP, HIPAA, GDPR, and many more. Whether you're formally regulated or simply looking for best practice guidance, Orca's near-instant one-time deployment method means you're mere minutes away from Orca gathering and reporting on both deep workload and wide cloud configuration risks. Because we understand that compliance is never one size fits all, Orca now supports the creation of both custom compliance rules and frameworks. This means that your compliance tests can be customized to your environment for improved accuracy, less false positives, and ultimately more trust in your results. Malware or malicious software is defined simply as any program or file that is harmful and is an umbrella term for viruses, worms, trojans, or, and we've seen so much of this lately, ransomware. Thanks to Orca's side scanning technique, where analysis of your workload happens out of band, Orca spends much more effort looking for malware than a workload agent approach does, since agents are always in competition with your trusted applications for CPU cycles. Orca isn't, and that means superior protection versus only simple hash-based comparison.
The industry-leading agentless cloud security platform supporting AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and Alibaba Cloud. To begin today's overview, you can see our new custom risk dashboard, where you can view all of the alerts, major insights, asset inventory, compliance information, and more, all in a new customizable way with pre-built widgets that you can view individually, share with your team, or customize based on your business unit. You can also scroll down and understand a compliance overview at the highest level, which we'll go into later as part of our compliance dashboard. You can see a snapshot of all of your assets spread across different cloud accounts or clouds. You can even see the Orca Security Score benchmark, where you can look at your month-over-month average security score benchmarked against your industry peers, and you can even see a breakdown of different categories such as suspicious activity, data at risk, vulnerable assets, or your team's responsiveness. And again, this is the new custom risk dashboard that provides you with more control than ever before over your high-level risks. To continue through the demo, we can move to the Alert Inventory tab. So here we can see all of the different open alerts, viewing their severity level at compromise, imminent compromise, or hazardous across all of these different alert categories. So for example, I might want to open up the vulnerability alerts that are part of the Orca platform and dig in further to understand many different CVEs. And clicking into any of them allows you to understand exactly which asset, whether it's a virtual machine, container image, or serverless function, that is impacted by this vulnerability. Clicking in further will allow me to go to this asset to learn more about the CVE, where I can see all of the individual information about this risk. I can see an alert timeline of exactly when that alert began. And I can dig in more to understand if this is a crown jewel asset, where it's running or stopped across my public cloud environment. And I can dig in deeper to understand other information that Orca may be capturing about this specific workload. So we can see other compliance issues, vulnerabilities, and important information that's impacting this specific asset. Additionally, if you want to understand this information in greater detail, you can move over to our specific security views, of which we have several. For example, you can see our new API security dashboard that provides you with an inventory of managed and unmanaged APIs connected to your cloud-native applications. You can look at all of your different attack paths, and attack paths are essentially toxic combinations of risks that lead to the greatest risks in your environment. So for example, if I open up this automatically surfaced attack path and investigate it further, I can understand how malware and an insecure private key lead to exposing personal identifiable information within a very important server that I've tagged or Orca has tagged as a crown jewel. You can expose this information in greater detail, all mapped to the MITRE framework, to better understand this alert, or dig into the automatically generated attack story that Orca provides you. Attack paths are a powerful way of looking at many different risk factors in one unified view to understand the flow of a risk and how it impacts important assets in your environment. Other security views include cloud detection and response, where here we're looking at flow and audit log analysis to better understand some of the greatest risks, malicious behavior, anomalous activity, or suspicious activity throughout your public cloud environment. Here we can see that some of the greatest risks we have are compromise, including malware that was part of a container. And you can open up this risk to understand, again, the risk timeline and the information that Orca has captured about it, all using our agentless side scanning technology. Another powerful security view is our vulnerability tab, where you can search and locate any vulnerability throughout your environment, in addition to the other tabs and dashboards that we have available. Compliance is obviously a key part of achieving either regulatory regimes that are external or internal to your organization. Orca ships with over 65 out-of-the-box frameworks that you can turn on and off or customize based on the framework or a custom requirement at your organization. This ensures that you have one single dashboard to bring all of your compliance information together to ensure that you have both real-time and historical information for achieving on and reporting on compliance. Here you can see the different cloud service providers that Orca supports, including Alibaba Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. You can filter based on account. You can open up any of the compliance frameworks and view past and failed status, as well as dig into any of the recommendations or findings in detail. So regardless of what area of your environment that you're concerned for regarding compliance, Orca provides powerful coverage and capabilities here in order for you to achieve great outcomes that meet your organization's specific needs. One of the key tabs that I passed on and I can refer to is the Discovery tab. Being able to quickly query your entire environment to look at many different criteria is important for any security, cloud infrastructure, or DevOps team. And here, Orca provides a visual-based way for you to better understand important ways to query or search for information in your environment. You don't have to learn any proprietary language or any sort of code-based language to be able to use this information. So here, for example, I want to look at all of these storage buckets across my environment that include PII. And I can quickly do that with this query and apply it and see any of my storage buckets, these ones running on AWS, that have critical or high risks based on this simple query that I was able to quickly generate. Overall, in order to activate Orca, we provide an easy onboarding workflow for you to be able to deploy and activate Orca By simply connecting your cloud accounts for AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and Alibaba Cloud within our UI, we also provide a centralized way for you to manage your users and permissions, all of the different integrations that Orca has pre-built configurations for, as well as different ways to schedule reports, manage alerts, and other automations, which are all very easy to do within the Orca platform. I hope this provides you with a good view of the Orca platform with many opportunities to dig into many different details for securing your entire multi-cloud estate. Thank you.